let that light of joy shine in your life all the time. Oh, let that light of joy, let that light of joy, let that light of joy shine in your life.
So, this is a good day. We're here in the month of February, the month of love, and this is the power of love. So we're going to unpack what's so powerful about love. Now, there's all kinds of love. There's puppy love. Oh, we love puppies. There's that I want a Camaro love. There's a love of a fine wine. There's there's all kinds of those loves, which is love in the relative. It's love in how we do it in the sense world love. And then there's the power of love that's divine love. That love that's unconditional, that Steve so eloquently talked about. We've had a visceral experience of that unconditional love. So let's turn to Charles Fillmore and hear what he says to define this. He says, the idea of universal unity, a great harmonizer and healer, rebuilding, reconstructing, and restoring everyone and his or her world. The disciple is John. The area of love is centered behind the heart, and the color is pink. We're in the pink. All month long, we'll be celebrating that pink. So let's continue. Co-founder Charles Fillmore writes, love is the most obedient thing in the universe. It is also the greatest worker and will accomplish more for our happiness than all other faculties combined. Who wants more happiness? Sounds good. I want more happiness. Why not? And this facet of love is going to be the workhorse. It's going to be the machine. It's going to be the power tool to unravel anything that's not joy, happiness, contentment, satisfaction, peace, renewal, strength, vitality, life. Sounds good, yes? Absolutely. And these faculties that he's referring to here, Charles Fillmore artfully wrote a book called The 12 Powers, where he outlined the attributes of God using 12 faculties that are also innate in us. And he's saying that love is the greatest of these. I think he's right. Let's go on and see what else he has to say. If you want a servant that will work for you night and day, cultivate divine love. I love being served. I love being served. And there's nothing better than having a servant called love at my beck and call to direct and focus my life into wholeness, into harmony, into healing. Sounds really good. But how on earth are we going to do that? Because we're not, can't just flick this on with a switch. Or can we? Harold Sherman, a writer, lecturer, says, true love must be shared. It cannot be hoarded. To be blessed by love, it must be expressed, not repressed. So if I go into physical hoarding, share anything. Kind of reminds me of something in The Lord of the Rings. I'm blocking the very center of love in me. And I'm not letting much out. I might still be breathing, but how deeply am I breathing? If I express myself in love, allowing the greatness of unconditional love to flow through me, between my two hands is my heart. It opens my heart to the purpose at hand, which is, what do I want? What do you want? You get to decide for yourself. Some people want more pain. Fine. Some people want more money. Fine. Some people want healing. Some people want peace. You get to decide. But don't hoard it away, because it's in giving that we receive. Let's see what else we have to see here. Ah, yes, the wisdom of Sue Seeking. She was a very powerful unity minister. She writes, "We are commanded not to be loved, but to love. What flows from us returns to us increased and multiplied." Now, at the end of the day, it doesn't do us any good to count how loved we are. That fans a part of us that doesn't need any fanning, our ego. But if you end the day by how much have I loved? How much have I been able to stop anything else but love? And the amazing thing about that is when we love, it increases. More love. More love, more better. So let's turn to this choice to love. Now, it was some years ago, about 9 years ago, I made a New Year's resolution that I was going to love myself 100% unconditionally. And I actually followed through with it. It was the hardest year of my life. Because anything that was not exactly something I appreciated about myself, any fear, any judgment, any resentment came up to say, love this. And that's important, because we can learn to love through anything. So that we can love and we can feel fear at the same time. We can love and we can feel angry at the same time. We can love when we're feeling generous and with joy in our hearts. We're human beings having a spiritual experience. And the activity of love means if we're going to love all the time, we get to love through it all. I turned to Donald Curtis, a great actor who then became a powerful unity minister. He started the Unity Church in Denver. And he says here, if we give love, we become love. If we want more happiness, if we want to be in alignment with the most powerful force in the universe, we need to give love. And that may not always just giving love to others, as Steve led us on that beautiful guided meditation. It's also loving ourselves just the way we are today. And in concert with that, we're tuned into a vibrancy of divine love that unconditionally flows through any situation. We give love, we become love. I turn to the wisdom of St. Francis of Sales. He says, you learn to speak by speaking, to study by studying, to run by running, to work by working. In just the same way, you learn to love by loving. Anything worth doing, anything that we want to master in our lives, we need to practice. If we're going to be a musician and we love the piano, we want to go to Carnegie Hall, we know it. We're going to practice, practice, practice. The same things with love. And if I'm starting from a place of I'm a little scared to share my love, and just a little love, just a little love expands to more love. It's what's ours to do if we choose, because it's our choice. I choose love. Do you choose love? If you do, say, I choose love. I choose love. And if we're going to experience more love in our life, watch me dancing on the steps, we've got to practice it. Now, it's really easy to love a puppy and babies and grandparents. The easy love is not where we need to focus. When the anger comes up, when the resentment comes up, when the fear comes up, it's ours to practice love. And that's when love is going to be a challenge, because it's not the first thing we're going to see. We might be seeing red, if you know what I mean. And how can you see red and stop and go, where can I find the path of love in this? It might mean that we take a few breaths. It might mean that we relax and recognize that even while feeling a lot of energy of anger running through my body, I'm also able to love myself and love the moment and let what is. I turn to the Bible, 1 John 4:8. Whoever does not love does not know God, for God is love. This is real foundational. If we want to know God, and you can give God any name you want, Allah, Jesus, Divine One, Goddess, Baba, I don't care, doesn't matter. Give it any name that works for you. And if you want to know that entity in your life, it's got to be love. That's why it's the most powerful energy in the universe. For God is love. And what are we? We're one with God. So we're love. But how many times today have we loved? Have we extended our love? Have we opened our heart to love? Unconditional love. Well, I know if you relinquished your outer will and just followed Steve's beautiful opening prayer, we've all experienced that unconditional love. And it felt wonderful. I had experienced more energy. I was grateful to be here right now. And that's the fruit of love. So I'm going to close this talk with this passage from Letty and Randolph Schmelig's book, Steps in Self-Knowledge. Love is easier than you think. You don't need to strain at it. Think of God, seek God, love God, and your life will be a blessing to all. It's plain and simple as that. So when we don't know where to go, think of God. If you're feeling a little out of balance or lost, seek God. If you want to love more, how can I be more loving? Love God. If I say the word Mother Teresa, and you thought of two things you'd think about her, I would bet, for most of us, loving would be one of them. Mother Teresa does not have the corner on love. There's plenty of love. But here's a little Belgian school teacher, taught school for many years. And she had a profound spiritual awakening. And that awakening was, everyone is Jesus. And I love Jesus. And she didn't focus all of her energy on the children she was teaching. She left that role to go and serve the poorest of poor, the outcasts, the unloved ones, and rose from that single idea. Everyone is Jesus. I love you. And opened all borders. The very vision that was created by Stephen in his prayer was exactly what this little tiny woman did by just holding that vision. Only love. Only love. But I'm tired of only love. Life becomes a blessing when we start be the blessing to serve others. And by serving others, it does increase and multiply in our lives. So that at the end of the day, we can go, oh, I'm ready for sleep because I have love. Dear God, I choose love. Dear God, I choose love. If you agree with that, say that with me. Dear God, I choose love. So let's take that choice into meditation now. We're going to start with music of David Rosenblatt and Dwayne Briggs in this peace song.
But it's your mind. so much you take me preciurma lead me from the unreal to the real, from the darkness, oh, to the light and love, from mortality, lead me to immortality. Lead me from the darkness to the light, from the unreal, oh, to the real and love.
It's by turning within that we become deeper connected to the Christ consciousness within. This center is always available to us. It's interesting that we turn within to see the light. Always available to us, the light and love of God. How is it for me to extend my hands, my mind, my heart, my soul, to be love, to be loving? Love begins at home. It begins at our center. Love begins as a breath of life. And it's from this place that we begin. Right now we say yes. Yes to God. Yes to this now moment. Yes to life. What is ours to do this day? How can I be more loving? We may ask God to guide us, to bring love through my hardship, through my doubt, through my lack, so that I plant the seeds of love in all that I do. And then reap love. Let's take some time now in the silence where we can focus on our union with God and on our choice to love in the silence. we are so grateful for our ever-increasing awareness of you, God, and divine love. May this unconditional love throw light on every circumstance and open me to be a loving presence, no matter what life shows. This day, I choose love. And so as we breathe and wiggle our toes and our hands and roll our shoulders, we bring our awareness back into this room, into this space, and we bring the warmth of love. And then we'll say this powerful affirmation together with conviction. I claim the greatest power, the power of love.